I made a working ornithopter in Playing Crazy, and to be honest, this thing is really cool. It's a bit insane as well. Sorry if that made you dizzy. This is called an ornithopter. And what's an ornithopter? An ornithopter is basically a flying aircraft that doesn't use propulsion to fly, but rather it flaps its wings to fly. So a bird, basically. And that's what this is. And it's actually very simple, like, to make it. And it's pretty fast as well. If I just show you guys, it can go up to like 100 to 200 speed, like 100-ish speed. So yeah, 200 speed. So it's not really that so slow, but it's also not the fastest thing. But hey, it's literally only flying with one wing. Like, no, not one wing. It's flying with one powered motor, which is at its center right there. So when that thing spins, it causes the wings to flap. The way this thing works is you have a powered motor right here. This is center is a powered motor. Then we have a hinge motor over here, and basically the powered motor provides a rotational force, which I then turn into a linear force by using two springs. I turn it into a vertical one, like so. So one spring is turning it to one source of linear, and then it turns that over here. I have it attached with, what was it, compression blocks, and that turns it into a linear motion, which can repeat on and on. Then I have 2 or 4 hinges, well 6 actually, that create a pivot point for the wing. So we have, like, for this, for example, this wing right here, we have a pivot point here. Okay, then we have a suspension, so it can move up and down. So like this part has to compress basically for it to be able to move up and down. And then we have that hinge over there, which causes the flapping motion. Now this hinge over here is very important, because if you just, let's say you just put these to a rigid amount, let's say like 0. If that was 0, then this would just move like up and down. It wouldn't really push air backwards. That's what birds do. Imagine swimming, but in air. That's what flying is, basically. And I needed to recreate that somehow in Playing Crazy, even though there's no simulated air physics. You can somewhat cheat it by basically making the wing flappy. And as you can see, when this wing is moving slowly, it's kind of like just flopped down. But when it starts to move fast, you can see it starts to create like a little, how do I call it? It's basically like a stretching, flapping effect, which, like, it's very similar to what birds do. Now it's not entirely exactly what birds do, but this just mimics it just enough so that it actually creates thrust upwards as well as forwards. And it has to go pretty fast. So even though this is it's basically like a very inefficient design, but it works. It works really well, actually. You can obviously, like, change it, put your own wings or whatever, but the system I designed for it is like pretty small and pretty simple as well. And I'm basically wanted to show you guys that. Let's make a more simplified version of it. So we have a powered, and also I have the thing set to velocity, so it can go even faster. So I have it set to just that. So if you want to make it, basically just do this. Then we have a non-powered hinge, like so. We have a compression block that is set to transparent, 0 can collide off. And you have a suspension. I think I have it like fully unpowered. These are the things. Yep. that. Then you have the compression blocks. Make sure you do the same thing like that. 0.5, so 0.5. These are all also. This one is 0.5. But this one, these just make it smaller. You don't really need those. Something like this. Like that. Then we set this to 0. Completely forgot to turn off the canc light on them. That. Oh wait, one of them is backwards. Then we have the suspension. I mean, I keep calling it piston. It's a suspension. Like that. Then we have the hinge, which is set to their max angle. This would be over here. No friction. Like that. We have two suspensions coming off of them. Then another two of these hinges. Believe like that. Oh no. There's one at the back, like that, of behind the suspensions, and then this one is like that. These ones are set to 11.25 degrees. And then we just have to connect two of these like that. And that basically is the entire thing. Now we can just shape our wings. So let me just move this. So add a plate block. Add a seat. Add a gyro to the back of it. This way we only want the roll to be active, so we'll turn off other things. Just copy the settings from this. There are the settings. Paste it. Then the ball joint. Just to have some sense of direction. Pasted it. And now if you were to just test it real quick. Oh, I completely forgot something. I forgot to anchor, to attach them. So cylinders, use a rod like that. Oh, this one just jumped. And just like that, you have that flapping motion, which can go incredibly fast. So now I'll just add some simple wings. It's not bigger does not mean better for this. I've done a lot of testing with it, and there's some specific shape that you should probably go with, but for me, I don't really mind. Just go whatever. Use whatever shape I want. There we go. Just do whatever random design I can think of. Like that. And let's see if that works. and it flies just like that. It's just literally only using one powered motor. Probably could use it more wing parts to make it faster, but there you have it. An ornithopter. Ornithopter? Let me just quickly search that. It's called an ornithopter. My bad. But yeah, that's how you can make a bird in Playing Crazy. Well, a very simple one. Literally powered by only using one motor and just a lot of mechanical stuff. And honestly, you can probably hide this inside of a body because it's fairly small, and you can then use the wings like in a neat way. And just so you know, like the pivots are very important. You could maybe try hide this inside of a body, but like you have to make sure that it's like this is the same size. Otherwise, I don't think it would work. But yeah, that's how you can make a bird in Playing Crazy, basically. A very quick tutorial on how you can make this very goofy little creation. It goes crazy. Oh, now we have two birds flying in the sky. And the funny part about this is that they'll still follow, because they're mouse controlled, they'll follow my mouse. So now you have two birds flying straight towards me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh.